Griselda, 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 Griselda.
Hey my little gremlins, welcome back for part 4 of our bedtime story. Again, we have a new princess in the story today. We're going to call her Princess Boring Phone Sex, or Princess BPS to be short. In a forgotten corner of a vast kingdom, there was a deranged boy named Max, locked away in a cold, lonely jail. He often gazed out of his tiny window, dreaming of adventures and the world beyond the iron bars. One day, a mysterious princess, named the Princess of Boring Phone Sex, entered his life. Unlike the other glamorous royals, nobody knew much about her, and that intrigued Max. Their connection began through nightly phone calls, where Princess BPS shared snippets of her life filled with secrets and whispers. "What are you wearing?" Max would ask, his curiosity piqued. "Just my favorite nightgown," she replied, her voice soft. "It's simple, but it makes me feel special." Despite the mundane nature of their conversations, there was an unexpected thrill in their exchanges. They would talk about everything and nothing, exploring fantasies that danced just beyond the edges of reality. "Sometimes, I wish I could escape and join you," Princess BPS mused one night. "It must be so freeing to be outside." Max laughed. "Free? I'm stuck in here. But if you were with me, I think it would be a different kind of prison, one I wouldn't mind." Their calls continued, peppered with awkward flirtations and playful banter. Max would recite silly poetry, and Princess BPS would respond with giggles, finding joy in the simplicity of their connection. As time went on, the calls became a refuge from their respective worlds. They began to share their dreams. Max's wild visions of escaping, and Princess BPS's longing for adventure beyond the castle walls. One night she said, "I dream of running through a field of flowers, laughing without a care in the world. What about you?" "Every day I dream of breaking out of this place, but with you it feels a little less boring," Max replied. Though their conversations lacked in fervor of grand romance, they found comfort in their shared moments. They crafted stories together, each one wilder than the last, blending reality with imagination. As the days turned into weeks, the mundane slowly transformed into something uniquely theirs. Max began to look forward to their nightly calls. Even the most boring details felt charged with a secret energy. One evening, as they shared another quiet call, Princess BPS said, "You know, I think we're creating our own little kingdom, even if it's just in our minds." Max smiled, realizing that in their peculiar way, they were indeed building a world filled with hope and connection. "Let's keep dreaming, Princess. Who knows what we can create together?" And so, under the starlit sky, the deranged boy and the unknown princess spun tales that made the ordinary extraordinary. "Remember the garden," she had said, and he clung to that image, allowing it to guide him through the dark corridors. As he approached the exit, he could hear the distant sounds of commotion. The princess was doing her part, creating a diversion to pull the guard's attention away from him. Taking a deep breath, Max pushed open the heavy door and slipped into the cool night air. Stars sparkled overhead as he sprinted towards the forest that bordered the prison, his mind racing with thoughts of the princess waiting for him. He imagined her excitement and courage, and it propelled him forward. In the shadows of the trees, he felt a rush of exhilaration, but also a hint of trepidation. "What if this all goes wrong?" he thought, but he shook off the doubt. He was determined to meet the princess, to escape together into their shared dreams. After what felt like an eternity, Max reached the edge of the garden they had envisioned together. The flowers glowed softly, illuminating the clearing with a gentle light. It felt almost surreal. A beautiful mirage came to life. Max, the princess's voice broke through his thoughts, and he turned to see her emerging from the bushes, her face alight with excitement. You made it. I can't believe I'm really here, he replied, taking in the beauty around them. This place is amazing. Together they stepped into the garden, the air fragrant with the scent of blooming flowers. They laughed and spun in circles, feeling the weight of their past lift away. It was a moment of pure joy, a culmination of their dreams. But reality soon intruded. We can't stay here for long, she said, her voice shifting to a serious tone. They'll come looking for you. Max nodded, the thrill of escape mingling with the urgency of their situation. What do we do now? Let's explore the garden and find a way to create a new life, she suggested, her eyes shining with determination. We can't go back to the old lives we had. They wandered deeper into the garden, discovering hidden paths and sparkling ponds. With every step, they discussed their hopes and dreams for the future, building a vision of what their new lives could look like. What if we start a new kingdom, Max proposed, his imagination running wild. A place for those who feel out of place, where everyone is free to be themselves. I love it, Erica exclaimed. We could invite others, those who have been forgotten or pushed aside. We can build something beautiful together. As they continued to dream, they began to gather supplies from the garden, vibrant flowers to plant, shimmering stones for decoration, and even seeds for growing their own food. They envisioned a community, a sanctuary where no one would feel alone. Days turned into weeks as they built their new world, working side by side. They attracted others from the nearby forest, lost souls who resonated with their vision. Each person brought unique talents, contributing to their dream. Max and the princess became leaders, guiding their new friends with kindness and creativity. They held gatherings under the stars, sharing stories and laughter, slowly turning their hidden garden into a thriving refuge. But the past was never far behind. One evening, as they prepared for a festival to celebrate their community, the shadows of the old kingdom crept closer. They heard rumors of a search party heading into the forest, seeking the escaped boy and the mysterious princess. We can't let them find us, Max said, fear creeping into his voice. We'll be ready, the princess replied, her gaze steady. We'll defend our home. We've built something worth fighting for. The night of the festival arrived, and as they danced around the glowing flowers, Max felt a sense of belonging he had never known before. They laughed, sang, and celebrated their freedom, but they remained vigilant. When the search party arrived, Max and Princess BPS stood together, united by their dreams. They faced the intruders, ready to protect their newfound home. Who dares to invade our sanctuary? Max called out, his voice steady despite the tension in the air. The guards hesitated, surprised by the determination radiating from the gathered crowd. We seek the deranged boy, one of them said, eyeing Max. He's not just a prisoner anymore, the princess declared, stepping forward. He's a part of something greater. We've created a place of hope, and you cannot take that away. The guards exchanged glances, uncertainty flickering in their eyes. The spirit of the community, the strength of their unity, began to shift the atmosphere. With courage, Max took a step forward. If you want to take me back, you'll have to face all of us. This is our home now. Tension hung thick in the air as the guard weighed their options. Slowly, they retreated, realizing the power on the tablet had gone for the day, and he had to wait for a CO to charge his tablet so he could finish his elaborate story with Princess BPS.